Do you want to know how to generate almost an unlimited amount of leads for your business? When it comes down to it, a business cannot survive without leads. Without new people coming in who are interested in what you have to offer, your business is going to dry up and you're not going to make any money. So today, I'm going to show you the unconventional way, the 3-step process to generate an unlimited amount of leads. And I'm going to be honest with you, most people out there will teach you like the basics of lead generation, and you're going to end up with this really boring lead generation method that gets you really mediocre results. But today we're going to talk about how to generate leads from somebody who has generated hundreds and hundreds of thousands of leads for all kinds of different businesses and made millions of dollars on the internet in sales. Because to get to that level, you have to play a different game than you're playing when you're a smaller guy. But if you can start out using the same lead gen tactics as someone who's doing millions in sales, you're going to have a lot better time in business. You're going to have a lot more fun. So let's jump in. And I just preface it like that to show you there's a million ways to learn how to generate leads. A lot of them work up to a certain point, but if you want to do things at scale, you have to really be on point. And so that's why we're going to talk about these little known secrets to lead generation that not a lot of people are talking about, just because not a lot of businesses get this big. But you want to know this from the beginning. So how do I generate unlimited leads for any business using the wait, what principle? So how do you know if you're in the right place for this video? Do you have these problems? Not enough customers, clients, and sales. You have to take whatever you can get to pay the bills. Like you don't have a choice with clients. You feel like your customers have all the power instead of you. You should be in charge in your business, not your clients. You have no growth or momentum in your business, and you have a lack of money. These are not problems to be ashamed of. They're just problems that tell us where to look for solutions, okay? So in these industries, digital marketing agencies, SMMAs, online courses, real estate, network marketing, local businesses, car dealerships, construction businesses, affiliate marketers, financial advisors, personal trainers, hairstylists, CrossFit gyms, street buskers, restaurants, lawn care, pretty much anything you can think of, you can use these techniques to get results. But what it comes down to is you need more leads in your business if you want to grow. So you can see right there in one of my accounts, we have 103,627 leads. And just so you know that I'm someone who knows what they're talking about, my name is Christian Martin. I've worked from all over the world, from 20 different countries, making money online. And here's my 2 Comma Club award that I got for making over $1 million in sales with one funnel in 1 year from ClickFunnels. So I say that not to impress you, but to impress upon you that I know what I'm talking about. And here's just a screenshot from my account the other day. Yesterday, we generated 538 total new leads, 654 leads total, and we made $7,182. That's a typical day in this funnel. So if you want to see numbers like that in your business, you have to figure out how to generate leads like that in your business. That's where it all starts. So if you're trying to get more leads for your business on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Snapchat, email marketing, even on the sidewalk, we're going to break down how to do it. Because if you had 100,000 people listening to what you have to offer, do you think that you could make more sales? I know that you could. So how do we do it? The 3-step process to unlimited leads. Again, I told you it's going to be a little weird. Step 1, cause confusion. Step 2, create a magical portal. And step 3, show them a whole new world. This is how the big dogs do it. People that do tens of thousands of leads a month, this is the process that they follow, okay? Secret number 1, cause confusion. What does that mean? The answer lies in homeless people, bars, and CrossFit gyms. You can look around you and you'll find lead generation everywhere you look, even on the streets. So look at this guy. He's sitting in his chair and his sign says, "Pay me to do nothing." And then he's got a hat with lots of money in it from this picture. So even this guy is getting paying clients. So if you're out there and you can't get paying clients, this guy knows something you don't about lead generation. I'm not even joking here, okay? I always wonder why homeless people don't work on their copy. Now, they probably have bigger problems to worry about, but if I can help them in any single way, I think I would just go to the store and buy new signs, rewrite their copy for them, and then go out there and test different hooks all around town and see which one converts the best. I think that's the best thing I could do for them. So maybe one of these days I will actually do that. But this guy has something figured out. Pay me to do nothing, and he's making money. Why is that? Let's look at some more signs on the streets, okay? The streets can teach us a lot about marketing because it's a place where we can directly observe human behavior. Today's offer, buy any 2 drinks and pay for them both. Also, wanted customers, no previous experience needed as full training will be given. Please apply within. And then here we have a CrossFit gym from Bali, Indonesia. And I used to walk by this place like every day because it was right next to my co-working place in Canggu. And it says, but did you die? And you have no option but to stop and pay attention when you see a sign like that. And this place would switch up their signs like all the time, and they had the greatest headlines. And I always wondered, did they write these themselves or just get them off the internet? And the cool thing about the answer to that question is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they wrote them themselves or if they just found them on the internet and copied them, because that's fair game, okay? They're out there on the streets getting people to walk into the gym. Now, why does this work? When you see someone with a sign that says, pay me to do nothing, why does that work? It has to do with the way that the brain categorizes information. If it's not important to our survival, we won't pay attention. See, a lot of people think that we're so evolved and we're smart and we're rational and we're conscious, but we're largely just emotional beings operating on instinct most of the time, 99% of our behavior. It's awesome that we have this prefrontal cortex where we can think in abstract thought, but when it comes to daily action in our lives, like when we're not in a science laboratory creating an experiment, we're mostly operating on this programming that's from thousands and thousands and thousands of years of survival. So if information is not important to our survival, we won't pay attention to it. And that's because we can't possibly pay attention to all the sensory information that is coming in. We would be completely overwhelmed all of the time. So most of what we already know, if we already know something, it's not important to our survival, okay? It's already cataloged in our brain. Our unconscious brain is going to take care of it. So if you're out there trying to generate leads and you're saying what everyone else is saying, nobody's going to pay attention to you. Now, I want you to think of it like this. Think of it like folders on your desktop computer, okay? If you're out there on the street and you walk by a guy and he has a sign like this, it says, anything helps, God bless, you're just going to put that in the anything helps folder and move on. Because if you live in a city like I do, you probably see this every single day, if not multiple times a day. Now, if you grew up in a small town, you've never been to a city before in your life, and you walk by this, you might actually stop and pay attention, wouldn't you? So this filing happens in the background. We say put in the anything helps folder on our desktop in our brain. This filing happens automatically in the background. You don't have to consciously think about it to file that away. It just does it all by itself. But when you see a sign like this, pay me to do nothing, your brain in the background, it's running a background process, and it goes, which folder does this go in? And it might come back with an answer, the pay me to do nothing folder. And this is what's going to happen. They're going to say folder not found. Your brain is going to send back that signal. Folder not found. I don't know the pay me to do nothing folder. I haven't created one yet. So rule number 1 of generating leads is cause confusion. You can see Captain Jack Sparrow here looking very confused, and you can see in his eyes that he is paying attention at the same time, okay? So if there's already a folder created, the brain files sensory input away and it just forgets about it. Just think about when you go about your day-to-day how much you actually notice. And if you ever traveled internationally and you go travel and you're in a completely new city, just think about how much you notice in that new place compared to your everyday. So if there's no folder, the brain has to think about where to put it. It has to create a new folder. And this is what's called attention, the task of creating new folders to categorize new information. That's called attention. When expectations are defied, our brain says, you better pay attention or you could get eaten. That's why we pay attention to new information. Think about a caveman. Okay, a caveman is sitting around a fire with his caveman buddies, and he hears his friends say to each other, I almost got eaten by a croc down by the river today. So you think he would pay attention to that? No, he wouldn't, because he's heard that before. So he's just going to keep tuning out and keep staring at that fire. You can see he's just in a daze, just yawn, I've heard that before. Now, what if his friends have a different conversation and they say, I almost got eaten by a croc up in the mountains yesterday. He might say, there are crocs in the mountains? That's where I go on my nature walks. And he is going to perk up just like this guy. This causes confusion because the caveman thought there were no crocs in the mountains. So he thought he was safe to just go on his nature walks in the mountains and he didn't have to worry about crocs. All of a sudden there's new information that defied his expectations. So all we did was change that crocodile from the river to the mountains. All of a sudden, the caveman is paying attention. So relevant confusion. He's confused. Why would there be crocs in the mountain? Relevant confusion causes attention. And without attention, nothing else matters. Okay, it doesn't matter how good your business is. It doesn't matter how good your product is. You can't get people's attention. You're screwed. Okay. Now, here's the deal. You don't have to warn your customers about something bad, like the Crocs. You can also warn them about something good. So here's a sign. I was driving down the street yesterday, and I saw this billboard in Denver, and it says, it's a cat in a spacesuit, and it says, it's like NASA for tacos. And I just thought this was absolutely genius billboard. Clustertruck.com below. Because this caveman might love tacos, and you might say, NASA for tacos? I love tacos. And so all of a sudden, you're not warning him about something bad, but you're warning him about something good. But you're warning him either way. So relevant curiosity equals attention. Now I say relevant just because, let's say a guy drives by who absolutely hates tacos. He's not going to pay attention to that, okay? So if you know that you're serving tacos to your customers, you got to make sure that you get the attention of people who actually love tacos. And the easiest way is just to call out, if you're targeting real estate agents, it's really easy to say attention real estate agents, or just call them out directly like that, or talk about the benefit or the problem in your copy. So relevant curiosity equals attention. Until you get this concept that you have to confuse the prospect ahead of time, your ads aren't going to work, your content marketing won't work, SEO won't work, social media postings won't work. It's all a waste without having this in place, okay? When you get this, you will amplify everything else that you do. Attention is the currency of today. So let's look at some examples of this. Let's look at what's called native ads. These are the ads where you're out there browsing the internet. You might be reading a blog post or something like that, and you might see an ad on the side of the screen. Now, the reason we look at these is because they look kind of spammy, right? But they do so much volume. They do a ridiculous, just millions and millions of dollars spent on ads every year for just one simple ad like this. So, born before 1969, you can get an extra $4,098 monthly with this, and then there's a screenshot. So what's happening here? They're warning them about something good. They're warning them, if you were born before this year, we have something good for you, okay? And that causes the prospect to say, wait, what? Wait, what? If I was born before 69, I can get an extra $4,000 a month? So we want to cause that disruption and that reaction in them. Wait, what? If they don't say, wait, what? We're out of the game, okay? They're going to keep going. Next, we have one veggie that kills high blood pressure. So again, remember, relevant confusion. Who will this get to stop and pay attention? People that are worried about their high blood pressure. If you're not worried about your blood pressure, you will not even see this advertisement, okay? So that's how we're calling out people and getting the right people to pay attention. Now, targeting has something to do with that, but the copy has a lot to do with that as well. So learn the one weird ingredient from the grocery store that stops high blood pressure dead in its tracks. So again, we are confusing them. People are saying, I don't know the answer to what that is. I want to find out. And the Nightly News does an amazing job of this. They say, what household vitamin could kill you in your sleep if you don't know about it? We'll tell you when we get back from the commercial break. So what are they doing? They're confusing you, and you're saying, I thought all my household vitamins were safe. All of a sudden, one of them could kill me in my sleep. I better pay attention, okay? Now let's look at some positive curiosity, because I don't want you to think that you should go out there and fear monger like the news does. I mean, that's not what I'm saying at all. So you can create positive curiosity. Here's a landing page for one of my webinars. It says, how I channeled my inner Don Draper, started a Madman Facebook ad agency, and got 6 different clients at $1,500 per client per month while on vacation in Thailand, Morocco, and Argentina. So I didn't just say that I got 6 clients. If that's all the headline was, I just told them exactly what I was going to teach them, it wouldn't be that interesting, okay? It wouldn't confuse them that much. But I'm confusing them by saying, I channeled my inner Don Draper, I started a Madman Facebook ad agency, and I did this while I was on vacation in Thailand, Morocco, and Argentina. All of a sudden, I might start to get curious about, wow, how did this guy do that? So let's look at negative curiosity, okay? It doesn't have to be positive curiosity. You can inspire fear. It does work. So here's an ad from someone else in my industry, and he says, if there's one thing that has captured the hearts and minds of business owners, it's that the holy grail of marketing is the funnel. But what if I told you that the future of funnels was in jeopardy? So he's warning them about a danger. He's warning them about the crocs in the mountains. And somebody who reads this, who is a business owner, again, remember, we call out the people we want to attract in the first line of the copy. he says business owners and funnels in the first line. So people that are business owners who are interested in funnels are going to pay attention. And then he's telling them there's crocs in the mountains. He's saying the future of funnels is in jeopardy. And those people are going to stop and pay attention. So that's a negative curiosity or confusion, okay? Here's a local lead gen example. This is another one to get them to avoid danger. It says, there are 5 major mistakes home sellers in Lexington Park make when selling their home that can cause them to lose $10,000, $20,000, even $50,000 in the sale of their home. And it says, avoid these 5 mistakes if you're thinking of selling your home in Lexington Park. So you can see how people would stop and pay attention to this. Why wouldn't you if it could potentially save you $10,000, $20,000, even $50,000 if you're about to sell a home? So again, I called them out in the first sentence of this ad. Home sellers. I'm always going to name who I'm after in my ad because that's going to get them to stop and pay attention. Just so you know that this works everywhere, on the streets. Tired of being fat and ugly? Just be ugly, Jim. So again, this is confusing because it's something we're not used to seeing. So I just wanted to show you this to tell you, like, I don't care if you're using billboards, if you're using landing pages online, or if you're using street signs. It is all exactly the same principles. So if you want to generate leads from your business, it doesn't matter what kind of business you have, we have to get your ideal client to stop and pay attention to you. So that's secret number 1. Secret number 2 is you want to create a magical portal. Again, this isn't terminology you normally hear in online marketing, but this is really, really important. I'm going to show you why. And I'm going to show you by playing this clip from Harry Potter. So let's take a look at that.
Blimey, is that the time? Sorry, Harry, I'm going to have to leave you. Dumbledore will be wanting his, well, he'll be wanting to see me. Now, your train leaves in 10 minutes. Here's your ticket. Stick to it, Harry. That's very important. Stick to your ticket.
Platform 9. But Hagrid, there must be a mistake. This is platform 9 3/4. There's no such thing, is there?
With muggles, of course. Come on. Muggles. Platform 9 3/4 this way. All right, Percy. You first. Excuse me.
Could you tell me how to
get onto the platform? Not to worry, dear. It's Ron's first time to Hogwarts as well. Now, all you've got to do is walk straight at the wall between platforms 9 and 10. Best do it at a bit of a run if you're nervous.
Good luck.
So you can see that not only was Harry confused there first, so he started to pay attention, just like we want our prospects to do, but then he is asked to run at a wall, something that is going to be really foreign to him. And so they're eyeing up this wall and they're thinking, wow, should I run through that wall? Is that going to work? And a lot of people are going to think, I don't want to run through that wall. What if I run into the brick wall? Ron's mother basically says, like, trust me, it will work. It's magical on the other side. If you've never read or seen Harry Potter, he's entering the wizarding world. So I bring this example up because this is what it's like asking for someone's email address. It's like asking them to run at a brick wall. And we use what's called a landing page to do this. All this is no matter what you're using to get people's attention, this is the next place you send them. This is where they land after asking for more information. So we land them on a simple page. This one says the 3-step process I use to get paid $9,000 a month for one social media post. If you want to check this out in real time, you can hit the link below this video and check it out. And then there's a register now button. So we're getting them to trade their email to enter a magical world. So your landing page is the portal into your universe. And when somebody comes to you for help, they're entering your universe. That's your business, okay? And the landing page is how somebody enters your world for the first time. So here's how this looks. Here's a landing page, and everything else we do in our business, pay attention to that, everything else we do in our business should point to just one landing page, okay? This is how we get people into our business. If you're making under $1 million a year and you have tons of different landing pages, most likely you need to focus and just get people in the door one way. So if you're posting on Facebook, where does it point? Your landing page. If you're posting on LinkedIn, where does it point? Your landing page. Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube, email, links, sharing. I don't care what you're doing. You point people to that landing page. That's where they run through the wall and enter your world. If you can't get people to enter your world, all of this is a waste, okay? So we have to get them to run through that door to enter our world. Now, most people are worried about what will happen after. What's on the other side of that brick wall? What will happen if I don't get through the wall? So you have to give them a very good reason to run through the wall. In the example, Harry is going to Hogwarts, a magical wizarding school, so he's got a lot of motivation to get through that wall. So rule number one, we're going to cause confusion. If we're going to cause confusion, we want to offer an explanation, okay? Part two, this new universe is the explanation to the confusion that we cause, all right? So if we said in our ad, there are crocs in the mountains, that's where I go, and this guy's going, that's where I go on my nature walks. Then what? We might offer him a free report. Avoid the mountain crocs. The 3-step process to avoid the mountain crocs on your next nature walk. Do you think this guy would be interested? He obviously loves his nature walks, so I think he would be, right? And then we want to tell them exactly how to get that report. We don't want to make it hard for him. We don't want to make it confusing. We're strangers on the internet. These people don't trust us. They're not paying full attention. They're probably texting and watching Netflix at the same exact time. So you have to make this as easy as possible. So we're going to say something like, enter your email below. I'll send you the free report straight to your inbox. So you can see without this landing page to enter our universe, there's no point to the rest of this, because this is what a lot of people do. They say, oh yeah, I'm working on my business, and they post on Facebook and LinkedIn and Pinterest and Instagram and YouTube and email, but it doesn't go anywhere. And that is a complete waste of time, okay? We want it all funneling in to one central point. That's going to be our main landing page. And so all this activity you're doing to get people to pay attention, it's going in to the portal to your universe. So create a simple landing page and offer an explanation to the confusion that you just caused. If we just told them there's crocs in the mountains, we got to explain why they're there and how to make sure we stay safe, okay? Remember, people are trying to stay safe. So let's look at some examples right here. I know these are a little small. This one says, get your free PDF copy of the Side Hustle Journal. And then the button says, send me my free copy. So you know, if you want a free copy of that, it's really easy to understand what to do. You press the button that says, send me my free copy. Now that might sound elementary to some people, but trust me when I say lots of people get this wrong, okay? Now, remember I said people don't trust you. You're a stranger on the internet. So you can see down here, he did a really good job on this landing page. He says, want to see an in-depth look at the Side Hustle Journal before you download your copy? So even to download something for free, people are hesitant, and he's going to give them more reason. He does a video walkthrough to build some trust there. So that's really cool. Let me show you another one. This one says free real estate buyer and seller lead funnel. Download the Facebook ads realtor funnel that generates 300 plus buyer leads per month and 100 plus seller leads per month. Again, the button says download free funnel, so I know exactly what to press. Now look at the text underneath the button. It says this free funnel will be instantly sent to the email address you submit above. Because there's so many questions that pop up in people's minds. What will happen after I press this button? How will I get the report? So we want to be as clear as possible, tell them exactly what's going to happen next. Okay, easy. Here's one more example. 2018 NLP goal setting report. The button says claim my 2018 goal setting report. So again, we know exactly what to press if we want that report. Now remember, people don't trust us. We're strangers on the internet. So what does this guy do? He puts some badges of news outlets where he's been featured, and he has testimonials. So he's first making the offer here. He's first saying, here's a free report on how to avoid mountain crocs. And then he's using what's called social proof. He's saying, other people trust me, you can trust me too. So he's saying, here's what I've been featured on the news. Here's what other people who have downloaded this report have said about it. And he has their testimonials right there. So that's just going to take care of those fears, like, what if I don't like what's on the other side of that wall? Or what if I try and run through the wall and something bad happens? We're just saying nothing bad's going to happen. Look, here's proof, okay? So does that make sense? We get them confused, and then we offer an explanation to that confusion by allowing them to enter our world, okay? Now, when they enter our world through a landing page, we have to fulfill on that promise or we'll never establish a business relationship, okay? So it's one thing to get the lead. It's another thing to turn them into customers. So we have to show them a whole new world. There's no point in generating a lead if you don't know what to do with it.
Yes. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view.
And I know there's people out there like this too who have just generated tons and tons of leads, or they have huge email lists and they've never made $1 in their life, or they just have no idea how to stay in business. And if you look at some YouTube channel creators, for example, some people have huge channels with just tens or hundreds of thousands of followers or even millions of followers, and they don't make any money from their customer base. They have all these people that are paying attention to them, yet they never get them to enter their universe. They never get them to pay them any money for anything, okay? So cause confusion, capture the lead, and then bring them into a whole new world. This is where you solve a promise, solve a problem, and deliver on the promise that you've made. So if we had this sign out on the street, remember, the street and the internet, same thing, same exact thing. Today's offer, buy any 2 drinks and pay for them both. That got us to pay attention. We might walk into that bar. That bar is going to show us a whole new world, and they're going to fulfill on that promise. So this is where you get someone drunk when they enter the bar. If they came in there to get drunk, you better get them drunk or they're not going to be happy, okay? If somebody stopped and paid attention to your CrossFit gym because of this interesting sign, you have to deliver a life-changing workout when they step into your gym for the first time. That's what's going to get them to keep coming back, okay? And if you get them to sign up for your webinar, you better show them a life-changing strategy after they sign up for that webinar, or they're going to leave and never come back, okay? So life should be different after entering your world. This is what I want to point out. There should be a clear before and after. Before somebody enters the bar, they're sober. After they walk out of the bar, they're drunk. If that's what they're looking for, the bar has fulfilled on that promise. You see that? Before and after, and that person's going to come back to that bar. If somebody's going to the gym to get in shape, to become full of energy, before they start going to the gym, maybe they're out of shape, they don't have energy. Afterwards, there should be a clear transformation. Enter the webinar. Maybe they're stuck in a 9-to-5. They come out the other side finally figuring out how to quit their job. Sign up with a real estate agent. They should find their dream home. So before they can't find the home they want, afterwards the real estate agent has helped them to find their dream home. Now they're living in a new home. We'll do one more. If a dentist is generating leads, before you have a smile that you don't like, afterwards you have a perfect, white, beautiful, straight smile. So we should be able to see on a screen like a clear picture of before and after. If you were making a picture of this, shouldn't be that hard to put in photographic form before and after. So after you get that lead, provide them with a transformation of some sort. That's really important because generally people are not interested in the information you're going to give them. That caveman doesn't actually care about the free report about how to avoid mountain crocs. What he actually cares about is not feeling stressed on his nature walks, okay? So maybe you show him a different place to go on nature walks, or maybe you show him how to use croc repellent to keep the crocs away. Whatever it is, the before and after is before he's really stressed out. He might not even be going on those walks. Afterwards, he's going on the walks and they're stress-free again, okay? So it's not the report that is valuable. It's what the report can do for the person who downloads it. Or it's not the webinar that's valuable or the service that's valuable. It's the transformation that it provides. That's really important. Now, if that seems overwhelming, don't worry. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be obvious. Let me show you what I mean by that. One of the best ways to make the transformation obvious is actually to provide results in advance. This is something I do. When you get on my free webinar, I'm going to show you how to get a client on the webinar. That's obvious. Before you got on the webinar, you had nobody interested in working with you. I got an email yesterday. A guy said, I posted what you told me to on the webinar. I have 6 people that are interested in working with me. What do I do next? So he's got results in advance. It's obvious the before and after that he has after engaging with my business, after entering my universe. That's exactly what I want to see. So non-obvious would be teaching them something obscure, right? There's tons of people that do that. Obvious, get them drunk and then hand them the check. Not only is it going to be easier for them to pay when they're drunk because they don't care, but you fulfilled on your promise. You said, I can get you drunk. You showed them you weren't lying. And then they will be happy to pay for that because they've clearly experienced the benefits if that's what they're trying to do. So a non-obvious transformation might be a discount on the first month of CrossFit. If I walk into CrossFit, I've never done CrossFit before, and they say, oh yeah, we'll give you a 10% discount this month. I still don't really know if I want to do CrossFit, okay? But an obvious transformation would be, give me a free training session, show me in a free session, and then at the end of the session, ask me to sign up. Because now I've seen the transformation. I've seen the kinds of exercises we do. I've seen what my body feels like afterwards. I've seen the other people in the gym. There's a very clear before and after transformation. I'm going to be so much more likely to pay money. So if you can get people results in advance, it's way easier to charge them money. So the easier it is for your customer to get an immediate result, the easier it is to get the customer to buy from you again. So again, in that CrossFit gym, we're focusing on giving the person one good workout. The result we're providing is, we're not going to say lose 50 pounds because that would take us forever to get that result, right? But we can say, you know, you'll feel like you worked out after you spend an hour with us in the gym. Maybe that's the clear before and after we provide. So we want to just provide a small result up front, just like that guy who got 6 new people interested in working with him from my webinar. Small result, and then he says, now what do we do next? And I say, well, I'm happy to tell you, sign up for my paid program, my product, my service, my gym membership, my real estate services, come back to the restaurant, whatever it is. This is where we actually ask them for money to give them even more value, okay? To provide more value to their life, to provide a bigger transformation for them. So that's why it's not hard to get the person to come back to the bar, because it's really easy to show someone, to prove to them that you can get them drunk. That's why the more money you charge, the more challenging it is to get people to buy from you, because you got to prove to them a bigger result. It's not hard to get somebody drunk. It's harder to get somebody clients. And if you figure out a good way to do that, you can charge a lot more money than you charge for a beer, for example. So that's what's going to determine how much you can get paid, the results, the transformation that you can provide. You know, if you can save somebody $100,000 a month in their business, let's say you were working with Fortune 500 companies and you save them $100,000 a month with your piece of software, it's not going to be hard to charge $10,000 a month for that. So a lot of people don't understand why some people are able to make so much money. It's because they can provide greater transformations on a greater scale than somebody who doesn't make a lot of money. They figured that equation out. It's all about that before and after, okay? It's all about the before and after. It's not about how much work you put in. It's about providing that transformation for your customer. So that's a 3-step process to unlimited leads. Cause confusion. Again, it could be confusion or it could be curiosity, okay? I kind of say confusion when we're warning them about something bad or we're just using a pattern interrupt. And I say curiosity when we're kind of warning them about something good. So cause confusion or curiosity. That's really important to get people to stop and pay attention. Without attention, nothing else matters in your business, okay? So you have to get people to pay attention. Number 2, create a magical portal. Just like Harry Potter runs through that wall, they need to run through that landing page and enter your business. So we're going to use a landing page for that. We're going to provide clear directions on how to get an explanation to the confusion that we created, and we're going to tell them exactly how to get that. And we'll use social proof to build trust there. And then number 3, show them a whole new world. I don't care how many leads you can generate. If you can't show people a whole new world, they will not stick with your business. They won't pay you money. So that's that before and after clear transformation that we want to provide for them. And that's going to keep them coming back. That's going to get them to pay us money, refer us to their friends, and all that other good stuff. So if you've been struggling to generate leads, look at your business through this lens. It's a 3-step process. Figure out step 1. Then figure out step 2, then step 3, okay? It's very simple when you think about it. If you don't know what to do here, you need to talk to your customers. They're going to tell you what they're concerned about. Just like that caveman told us that he's concerned about nature walks in the mountains, we wouldn't have known that if we didn't talk to him, okay? So go out there, talk to your customers, use this 3-step process, and you're going to be able to generate hundreds of thousands of leads just like I have. So next steps, if you want to learn to either start your business from scratch if you're not in business now, or you're already in business, you want to learn to scale to 7 figures with advanced marketing techniques, lead gen, conversion, and product or service delivery, check out digitalnomad.com for more free trainings. We'll walk you through more of stuff just like this, absolutely free. And please like, comment, subscribe if you like this. Comment below. Tell me what your biggest takeaway was from this video and what you want to see next. That's all for today. I'll see you on the next one. 3 years ago, I was thinking about how to make more passive income online so that I could work from anywhere. And I was walking through Times Square in New York City on a Sunday afternoon. It was my first time in the city, and I saw one of those crazy sign spinners. And all of a sudden, it hit me. No, I wasn't going to become a sign spinner, but what do crazy sign spinners have to do with passive income online? Offline, this is one of the lowest paying jobs around, but did you know that online sign spinners get paid a whole lot more? I mean, this is my revenue from last month, and this is the award I got for making over $1 million in a year online. Confused? Let's think about it for a second. What is this guy doing? He's pulling people off the street and into a restaurant. The business owner pays him as long as he can bring in customers. Online, I pull people off of Facebook and into my clients' businesses. I've done this for real estate agents, financial advisors, chiropractors, gyms, and more. And I get paid every month. See this simple ad? $9,000 a month. One image, 3 lines of text, and a simple 3-page website. That's because I use the same sign for all my clients. By specializing in one type of business, I can run the same ad over and over again for multiple clients. So if you're looking to make online income so that you can work from anywhere in the world, you might want to consider becoming an online sign spinner. Click through this video on your best email address and I'll send you the completely free training to show you how I did it. Now I know this sounds weird, but after I had success with this, I wanted to see if it would work for other people with no prior experience or credentials in marketing like me, so I released it to a few friends, and this is what happened. And then I released it to the public, and this happened, and this, and the results just kept coming. I put together a training where I'm going to show you how I made $9,000 a month while spinning one sign. That's one social media post. Did I mention I did this while I was on vacation in Argentina, Morocco, and Thailand? Yeah, the cool thing about this is that you can work from anywhere. Just click through and check it out before we take it down. We don't want too many people finding out about this, or before you know it, everyone and their mom is going to become an online sign spinner. People could get hurt. Okay, I will see you inside.